Homeschooling was one of the fastest growing types of school in America. Children are dropping out of public school so their parents can homeschool them. There are many reasons for this. However, many parents hesitate to homeschool their children because they don't think they're smart enough or they think that they need a degree. The fact is, there are very little prerequisites. Actually, there are no college prerequisites for a teacher parent to teach their children or homeschool them. There is not a college degree, and there is not any college experience required to homeschool your children. You don't have to pass standardized tests. You don't have to pass any test at all. You can simply choose to homeschool your children, and the state has to respect that decision. One thing that a parent does need to be prepared to do is to dedicate 3 to 5 hours a day to homeschooling their children. It is time consuming, and this could be hard if parents are working jobs and if they need daycare for other children. So you may need to find daycare for some children. You may need to switch your plans around or coordinate a certain part of your day to where you can homeschool your children. Another thing that a parent needs is to be patient with your children. Homeschooling can be very, very stressful. From personal experience with my mom, after homeschooling all the way up until high school, I have had arguments, I have been in tears, and I have had issues with my mom. However, we have been able to bond and grow very close together because she was patient with me. A very good book that you can look at to learn more about how to homeschool your children is Homegrown Kids by Dr. Raymond and Dorothy Moore, published by Word Publishing Books. Dr. Raymond and Dorothy Moore have unfortunately both passed on, but they came up with the foundation and the Moore formula, which you can get on the internet and look into, which has some great news about homeschooling if you're interested. Now, the materials for homeschooling are very easy to get a hold of. Lots of them are free. Cost you absolutely no money at all. You can get online and look up websites that will show you all kinds of material you can get for free. However, the better material does come at a cost. However, this cost is very reasonable. The average student costs $546 a year to homeschool. For most families, that's very affordable. However, that is the average. You can also get lower than that, and you can also go higher. It's statistically proven that the more you pay, the better your child does in school. Some of the leading curriculums include Matthew C., Konos, and Abeka. This is what a typical example of what Matthew C. is. Each block represents a certain number, 10, 9, 8, and so on, and it helps the child add. If I were to take this 6 bar and this 4 bar, I can put them together and see that it equals 10. The unique thing about homeschool material is you can buy material that specifically meets your child's learning needs. As in public school has one material for all the children, you can go out and find one that helps your child learn, whether your children is a visual learner or a verbal learner. Some of the benefits of homeschooling include the fact that you can spend time with your child in school. You can be the one to teach them the values. You can be the one to help them learn what they need to learn, and you can tell them what's important in life. From personal experience, I have learned that I learn a lot more when I'm talking with my parents than with somebody I hardly know at all, for say a public school teacher. Reason 1, children respect their parents more than they respect a public school teacher. In public school, a parent can see what a child excels in and what a child is struggling with. If a child excels in a class in public school, they can still only go at the pace that the teacher allows the average student of the class to go. If a student is struggling, he may get behind because he's not average, and the class moves at the pace of an average student. With homeschooling, you can go at the pace that your child needs to on an individual basis. A homeschool student averages in the 85th percentile on standardized testing. A public school student averages in the 50th percentile. Reason being, like I just said, a homeschool student can focus on the classes that he or she needs to and spend as much time in that course as needed to get the material down pat. For teachers who are struggling with teaching or need tips, there are books like the Konos Compass, which help teachers learn how to teach. Just like student material teaches the students what to learn, this teaches the students what to teach the students.
It goes through many steps on different teaching techniques and different teaching tips that will help your student learn and blossom to his or her full potential. Thank you.